Okay, so I'm going to pop that tab out so I can read those. Let's see here. Okay, well, first of all, besides this whole thing, it's great to finally talk with you. We've known each other for years. I consider you at times a bit of a mentor, and really appreciate everything you've done to help me out.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun, even being states apart.
Yeah. My sister is out in California, but I think she's more north from you. She's up by San Francisco.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I used to live up north.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then you moved 5 hours south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
we were more in Central Valley, so like Stockton, Modesto area, and then I moved out to Ventura in 2019.
Okay. But has it been that long?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's been years already.
I guess we've known each other for a while.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so the funny thing is, you've known me longer than I've known you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I remember running into you on was it Facebook or was it I was in a forum first somewhere.
I don't know.
And then we connected on Facebook, and you're like, it was on a post.
Yeah. And
you're like, hey, wait, did you do the Doom soundtrack or the Cdoom soundtrack for the classic Doom 3 mod?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's me. Wait. I think it was a post on Sonic Mayhem for like Quake 2 or
seriously?
something. He brought up, yeah.
Oh my god. So what screen name were you using?
Convicted of Mayhem, I think it was.
That was your screen name? Dude, I had no idea. That's just blowing my mind.
And it was nothing to do with the play on like Sonic Mayhem. I just happened to use that for like Counter-Strike and everything at the time.
And you know what? That's funny because my Sonic Clang nickname has nothing to do with Sonic Mayhem.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he believed me when I told him that. But
yeah, he's a funny dude. He's cool.
He is cool. Oh man. I follow him on Twitter, and yeah. He and I agree on a lot. Not just music. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to pull up those questions I sent you, and get this more Cdoom, Classic Doom 3 focused, because that's what these interviews are all about.
Yeah.
So, how did you come across our mod?
I'm trying to remember because it's been so long since I played the mod. I was probably in college at the time. And Doom 3 had been out for a while. And I think I remember stumbling upon your music first.
Okay.
And then I was just like, wait, somebody put out... Oh, it's on a mod. Okay, so then I went and downloaded the mod. The mod is actually really sick. It was cool. Total homage back to the original Doom.
Oh, yeah. So you, first of all, I should have asked for you to give your name and like a little background on yourself first. I just realized that.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just rewind, and we'll pretend that I didn't ask that question first.
Okay.
So just you give me your name, like any kind of screen name that you feel you want to give, and then like just a little background on yourself.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Cameron Bashaw, avid gamer turned music producer and music mentor, and a lot of engineering stuff. I'm all over the music industry with the like podcast and coaching. But the funny thing is, as an avid gamer, we go way back to like the DOS days. So for me, gaming's kind of just been in my blood.
Oh yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, and so yeah, you produce music. When you're able. Not sure how how much free time you've had for it, but just me, I've listened to some of his stuff, and it puts me to shame. So he's very good at what he does. Okay,
Thank you.
now, okay, so you gave some little history on how you came across our mod. So is it correct to say You weren't following it when we were developing it. It was more like you came across it after it was already released.
I came across it after, and what was interesting is I remember like seeing a forum post somewhere somebody had redone all the classic music from Doom, and they were available as MP3. So I like downloaded the soundtrack, and so it's your soundtrack. I downloaded it and listened. And I was like, God, this is really sick. So I like to look it up, and I was like, oh wait, it's attached to a mod. So I went to download the mod, and the mod was actually a ton of fun. I mean, I go all the way back to the DOS days, so I still have all the physical CDs of Doom, the shareware stuff. Yes, that's it right there. I had the CDs that they printed later. It was like the mid '90s.
Yeah, I've got that too, right back there.
Yeah, and it was so fun. I remember so many mods coming out, getting a dial-up modem just so we can play multiplayer when they released the multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
And then, coming into the mod, it was just like, God, that brings back memories. And they took all the modern Doom 3 assets and just kind of like recreated all the levels. It felt totally genuine. I was like, I remember this map. I remember this, but it had like the Doom 3 textures and stuff. And then the models. They used all the modern models, but the imps were still imps, and they did their thing. It was awesome. It totally brought back memories. I'm just like, oh yeah. And I totally just opened it up the other night. I installed it. I was like playing it again. I was like, God, I remember this. This is so long ago.
Yeah. And now that I'm bringing up all this stuff with all these people and all the developers that were in the team, everyone is installing Doom 3 again and playing the mod. and what's really funny is the common the story from almost everyone that their computers weren't good enough to even run the mod back in the day. So we were building the mod on computers that were kind of underpowered for what we were doing. And now, we can install Doom 3 and crank all the settings and like, oh my God, it's so much prettier than I thought it was.
Yeah. I remember like I downloaded the Steam version and I'm like opening it up and it's 640 by 40. I was like, wait, what? I can only go to 1024 by 768. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to like edit a config file just to like put in. Can I do my native screen resolution? Because now we have 1080p and 4K
and ultra wides.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Well, cool. What else did I ask you? So you didn't follow the development in our forums. So you kind of came after the fact, and funny enough, you mentioned when we met, but the first time I remember meeting you, and probably just because it was on Facebook and it was your real name.
Yes.
We kind of ran into each other in a cakewalk group on Facebook.
Yeah. So we both use the same DAW, the music software.
Which did you just sort of happen to use Cakewalk, or did that somehow come out of me using it?
No,
is that a coincidence?
I've been using it since like Sonar Studio Producer 4 edition. So that goes way back to like 2004 or 2006. When I started like daily driving it, and I got used to it. I was like, you know what, Pro Tools sucks. I'm gonna get this one. This is way better.
I've been using it since '98, which makes me feel really
12-tone
freaking old.
systems.
The what?
The Cakewalk. You've been using the 12-tone systems version, like I think that's what it originally was. It was like 12-tone systems. It was like a MIDI sequencer.
The one that I had was called Cakewalk Pro Audio 8.
Yes.
So earlier versions
before that
may have had slightly different names.
I think that evolved from like their MIDI sequencer, which is like 12-tone systems or something.
Yeah,
definitely before my time.
I looked up some of the real early video. Like some people put like the first version ran in DOS, and it was like you said, just a MIDI sequencer. And I saw someone made a video on YouTube. It looks like it's painful by today's standards, but back in the day, that was probably really cool.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, I can. I did trackers for a little while. That's like the Matrix. Looking at it's just like a cascade of numbers. It's weird.
Yeah, right. So, I remember meeting you. We were maybe like talking about a mix or something, or maybe I put a song on there and you commented on my mix. But then what freaked me out was you started reciting back to me the first few lines of the README that I put in the zip file for the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
You said like you started repeating, "Hi, this is Sonic Kling," or Brian Klein, otherwise known as Sonic Kling. What you have in your possession?
I was like, hey, wait, is this you?
Yeah. And I was like, "Who are you?"
I was a follower before I was a follower.
Yeah, that's cool. But I just love that. Like, I don't know. I put that. I made that README. I was telling one of the other guys I made that README because I wanted people to know that it was genuine, that it was me. Mm-hmm. Because I think it was d3files.com at the time sent me a message. They sent me a message and they said, "Hey, we just had someone submit a zip file with all the songs from the classic Doom 3 mod. We just wanted to check if that was you." And I said, "No, that wasn't." And at the time, I wasn't planning on putting out the soundtrack. But I figured if
somebody uploaded it.
Yeah, I mean, if people were hungry for it, I decided just to put it out there. And then, like, some of the songs are really short, so I just, like, did a repeat. So it repeats, so it's not just a minute and a half. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wrote that README at, on a Saturday morning in my pajamas, and I just was like word barfing onto the Word document, and I read it recently, and I'm like, oh. I could have put a little bit more thought into that. It was not very well written.
I mean, this is a little back in the time when, these file sharing sites, there really isn't a lot of control, and they're kind of, that's weird that they reached out to you. Like, by today's standards, we have so many, conformity things in place that nobody would even think because, we know it's authorized as an upload. But back in the day, those file sharing sites, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I definitely had the legit version because I had your reading in there.
Yeah, I just think that's awesome. God, what else did I put in here as a question? Okay, so I wrote, since you know me as a music... And, wait, since you know Sonic Clank and our music producer, were you into the music as much as you were into the rest of the mod?
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
I remember, was it Facebook? I think we finally connected on Facebook, and I was just like, dude, I'm so excited to talk to you because you put out a really great recreation that for me it hit home. Like, this is the energy, this is before others had come out and started doing their covers of it, right? Before Doom proper, obviously Mick Gordon,
right,
the remake and everything, kind of paid homage to it, but he went and did his own thing with it.
Oh yeah,
this was such a faithful recreation, but the sounds, everything had the aggression, the bite, even the drums, they stood out. They had a character to them. I loved the whole production. It blew me away at the time. I was just like, yes. And then to go play the mod, and it brought me back to the old school days of DOS and having to load up and everything.
Yeah.
It was nostalgia.
That's cool. Yeah. I remember running across once I finally started getting my stuff on Spotify, Spotify. I started looking at the analytics, and it would say it always tells you you're similar to these artists, and there's a whole list of artists. And the first one on there was Andrew. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but I think it's Hulshelf. I can't.
Okay.
Andrew Hulshelf. So I looked him up, and he also did a remake of the original Doom songs. But the difference is he had millions of streams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. So I was instantly jealous of the guy. And I've been following his career. He was doing music for a game called Dusk, and just following what he was
that was him?
Yeah. And oh, my God, his skills have just taken off. And when I wasn't following 100% what happened with id Software and Mick Gordon, but Mick and id sort of broke up and parted ways.
I remember hearing somebody say something about that, but I haven't. I have no idea what's going on. That was crazy.
And then so Andrew took the reins and stepped in, and oh my God, the music he made was just. It makes I'm ashamed how jealous I am of that guy. And it really it pains me that he basically started out the same way I did, by recreating the original Doom songs. And if I would have just kept at it and kept producing music instead of having a life, who knows where I'd be.
Yeah, I remember running into some other ones out there, and when I was just like, I don't know, it's like my collection phase, because I love just like listening to recreations of these old MIDI game soundtracks, and it's like, is anybody doing anything with these? And that's where I love yours over, because a lot of the other ones I was finding, they just sounded like general MIDI recorded as MP3.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and I found a lot of those, and I was just like, yeah, they're kind of cool, they whatever, but it sounds like general MIDI. Anybody is, general MIDI sounds like general MIDI. But then to run across your soundtrack, that felt so like it captivated exactly the nostalgia feeling that you get from playing the original game and hearing that song, like hearing those songs for the first time, but as if they were real instruments, and they are, because you actually play guitar. You're a great guitarist, so
thanks.
That was incredible.
Well, it came from the fact that I was such a huge fan of the original Doom, and originally I just had the shareware. Most people played the shareware first, at least in our day. I'm sure later people went to the store and bought it, but it wasn't even in the store when I got it. And I remember just playing that over and over, and I'll never forget loading up that first level and just hearing that rock music, and just because even then I was imagining it being real guitar and real drums, and
we could hear it in our head.
Yeah. So seriously, when I saw these guys making, because I was a fan of the mod first. When I saw what they had put out, it was at the 0.20 alpha.
Oh wow!
So I've kind of pieced together the timeline. It was, I think I played it in December of 2004. So it was really just a few months after Doom 3 came out.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
I just like it. Like you said, it captivated me. It recreated the nostalgia, but it looked new, and I just had to be. I had to be a part of the mod. I just had to. So I found the original post on, I think it was Doom 3 World, where the Gaz, he was the leader of the project. He posted the link that I found, and I said, hey, if you need a musician to do the music, just let me know. And by March I was in the team, and
you just kind of slid in his DMs.
yeah. But I'll just never forget the excitement when he said that. We'd like you to be a part of the team. I just, the first thing I thought of is, oh my God, how am I going to do E1M1? How am I going to do those leads?
I could remember, and I used to play guitar too, so those were always trying to do the scale, the runs and everything. That just killed my fingers. I did not have
they're
the
written on a
dexterity
keyboard.
for that.
They're impossible on guitar.
Yeah.
I spent
a lot of layering.
A little story on that. I spent 8 hours one day just recording those leads, and every single one of them, because they were written on a keyboard, every single one of them required a different tuning of my guitar. I had to because there was no way to play it standard tuning as written. So I had to
That's crazy.
And every one of them had a harmony. So it was every little every single one. There were two of them. Yeah, that was
because the left and right you can. Yep. They would have the pan guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, whenever I get interviewed, I'm not going to interview myself. I'm going to have Gaz interview me. I have so much to talk about with the music.
That's crazy.
What else? Okay. So I was going to ask, when was the last time you played the mod? but apparently you just loaded it up the other day. Before then, when was the last time you played it?
So before the other night, because like I said, I was super excited. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this thing. Let me load it up. I want to say probably just before the new Doom came out, like 2016, the Doom 2016, the original, yeah. Well, the original remake, because now they have a couple of expansions out.
I haven't even gotten through Doom 2016 yet. I haven't gotten through it all.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
It's so good.
Well, I don't have a gaming PC. I mean, my computer right now is almost a gaming PC, but I really need a better video card. So I only have it on the PS4, and playing first-person shooters on these, like
PC Master Race all the way.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. I had to totally compromise, and it's so frustrating playing with joysticks.
Yeah, when you're like us and we've gone to DOS days, keyboard and mouse, yeah, all the way.
Yeah.
So what was that? I forget why. I was watching like a documentary or something, because I remember running into like the history of Doom. Because I think they were using that documentary as like marketing material for the new Doom. And it just got me inspired. So I went and played Doom 3, and then I was like, oh wait, yeah, there's that mod in it. So I found my mod files, because I still have them on like a giant hard drive.
Nice.
I have so many mods just saved. And I was like, I'm never going to find those anywhere. There's some that you can't even find on like the file share sites anymore that used to be up for like, is it not Game Pass, but Game World?
Something
Game
like
World?
Yeah, I think I can picture their logo in my head.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they were up for like a little while, and all like the Battlefield 2 ones, all that stuff. But I still have the largest collection of like Doom mods and Doom 3 mods.
Nice.
And I remember like all the 2000 master levels for Doom. I love the artwork for that, like the painterly look of like the skulls and just like a wall of skulls all like melting together.
Oh yeah.
But then I have this whole other collection that totally surpassed that just from downloading maps from multiplayer all those years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I played a little bit of the OG Doom, and then I had Doom 3 up, so I installed the mod and I was playing that again. Yeah, it was just before the 2016 Doom came out. Cool. And I think I beat it in a day.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't take long to beat the shareware.
Yeah. Well, the era was just designed for like speed runs. Like I remember seeing so many speed runs come out for that game. And then the 2016 one just totally changed like the way you play the game. Yeah, it doesn't really have the same speed that the OG Doom did.
No, but at least they were trying. Like if you have a bunch of enemies like coming at you, and you just try to hang back, you'll get your ass handed to you. You have to charge forward, and that's the thing I like about the only thing I didn't like about Doom 3 was you're constantly getting whipped around. Like if you get shot, your face flies back, and as a result, I always ended up running backwards. Even now, like when I go play Doom 3, I'm just constantly running backwards away from enemies. The Doom 2016 game, that's the thing they got right.
They brought it back. Yeah,
you charge forward.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that for me, that's what I was saying. Doom 3, it felt more like a survival horror game because they were trying to get you to slow down. Everything felt more claustrophobic than the original, so it just didn't have the same feel. Mm-hmm. So when I installed that Doom mod, the classic mod, it just totally brought back all the feels of the original one. That was so much fun. It was a blast. And then, yeah, obviously Doom 2016, I feel like they brought it back. They did it right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What else do I have to ask you? And I ask you about the legacy. So, as a fan of the mod, what do you feel the legacy of Classic Doom 3 is?
Honestly, because it has been around for so long, you kind of have to attribute it to, more of the impetus behind why they even remade Doom 2016. Like, bringing that new version out, people wanted that style of gameplay because there's still such a big community that's vibrant around the old school like Doom, and obviously the classic Doom mod brought you into the Doom 3 engine to be able to like have some amazing graphics. Because compared to the OG Doom, worked on like 2.5D, and then you go into full 3D.
Yeah.
And, you know, amazing textures, lighting, all the advantages that you had at the time. They still waited forever to put out Doom 2016.
Oh, yeah.
But it's long overdue. The fact that the community survived for that long, it was still as vibrant as it was up until Doom 2016, is a testament to like, hey, we want this style of gameplay. We still love this OG shooter concept. Like, just run around, run amok, like keep moving forward. Very fast paced, you know, first person shooter that you weren't getting from other games. Like, no other franchise was doing that. And that's a huge gap. We're talking, what, 10 years? 12 years?
We released our mod in 2016, so it was 10 years. 2006, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, 2006 to 2016, so 10 years.
10 years. Well, yeah, my understanding was they were trying to make a Doom 4, and people were calling it Call of Doom or something like that because they put out a trailer and it looked like Call of Duty.
Yeah, basically. I remember that. I remember that trailer.
Yeah. I was so glad to hear they canceled that.
And then, well, they canceled it, and then they went on to, like, Quake, because they did Quake 4.
Quake 4 came out relatively soon after after Doom 3. They did Quake Champions. I'm not sure what the timeline was on that.
I think it was the same development team, though. They were going to have them go from Quake 4 to Doom 4.
Oh. So
they
Raven
were bringing that style
it?
of gameplay. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And that's why they canceled it, because the gameplay there wasn't. It felt too Quakey. Like, it was more like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we don't like. They're not that familiar with the franchise, so I guess that's why they got canceled. But yeah, I remember seeing those, and that was just like, yeah, this is a Doom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be too happy that it was canceled. I know people that work there.
I'm still curious to see what it could have been. But yeah, I probably never would have hit the mark for what Doom 2016 did. Which, in that case, I'm glad they waited, because hot damn.
Yeah, I got to play that more. Or you know what? I should put it on my computer and see if my computer can chug it at least a little bit.
Yeah,
and see,
because I have a GTX 970 and it runs it.
I don't remember what mine is. I got my my computer used. It was refurbed off new.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I only spent like $600 on it.
Yeah, I've had these parts forever.
Okay.
The computer's like 13 years old. So.
Oh. Well, maybe there's a chance.
There might be a chance.
Yeah, I think I
was running a top of the line i7 at the time, but it's about 13 years old now.
Wow.
I cannot put Windows 11 on it. Let's just put it that way.
I can't put Windows 11 on mine either. I was a little surprised.
I think if you have the OG BIOS, like not a UEFI, like when you boot, and then there's no TPM module, no security module.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. I should, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
No PC Master Race here.
Well, you're going through some classes for that stuff, aren't you? Yeah,
I finished up actually. IT degree's done.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been growing in that business field. Love to build a new machine. I'm long overdue.
Yeah.
But for mastering work, it's great.
Yeah. So what is that keyboard behind you?
That is a Native Instruments.
Oh.
KS88, like the nice weighted keys.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Miss those?
Mine is just an M Audio piece of junk.
Is that the Oxygen 8?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it gets the job done, but
yeah,
I would love to have
those are awesome.
I do all my drums on there. I do more drums on this keyboard than I do actually playing.
Can't do drums on there.
Yeah,
and there's no pads.
Yeah. Well, I don't have pads either, but yeah, the non-weighted keys is good for doing the drums because they're quick response.
The fast action. Yep.
So, did you get when you got that? Did you get what is that? Is that the Contact?
Came with complete essentials, yeah. Well, I didn't give you the full version of Contact.
Oh.
Gave you the player.
I thought that the newer version, or like if you were to buy that now, you would get the full version.
So I got this in 2016.
Okay.
The same year the new Doom came out. Yeah, so when they were offering Essentials, they gave you all the player editions of like Reactor Player, Contact Player, and all that. You still had to buy the upgrade. Or like you can go from Contact Essentials and get like Core for like, I think it was like it was a decent price more, but it was like more affordable if you bought the bundle that way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that guy still is like $1,000.
Wow. How many keys is that?
Yeah. 88.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man. Why don't you have it on your desk?
We're still moving in, so
okay.
office is kind of in progress, if you will.
Okay.
Like there's no treatment in here, nothing.
So yeah,
I don't have any
treatment.
It's just
I don't have any. I have like no treatment in my room, but it's our bedroom, so there's so much stuff around.
Yeah,
it's practically like having treatment.
Yeah. This is just wide open. I have like no furniture in here. There's another that desk, this desk, and then the mirror behind me, and that's it.
Yeah, I can hear the reflections. I totally hear it.
Yeah. I'm working on it. We've been in this house maybe 7 months, and we're still under construction.
Construction?
Yes.
Or just
active construction.
Like you're actually doing construction on it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
cool.
still working on it. We don't have a master bedroom or a master bath.
Oh wow.
We finally completed. Took our contractor like almost 6 months to do the kitchen.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What did you use for a kitchen in the meantime?
We were literally living in our family's RV. They let us borrow and just parked in the driveway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fun.
So like every few days you had to go dump the water and stuff?
No, we were coming in the house to use one. We left one bathroom untouched so that we could use it.
Okay.
But yeah, that not fun.
No. My wife had surgery, I think it was 2014, and my parents took we needed, so it was hernia surgery. We had a 1-year-old, and she couldn't like lift anything. So, and since I was working, my parents brought their RV and parked it in our driveway for like 2 weeks. That was challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and I actually caught COVID beginning of this year, and we still had the RV out front. We were finally able to move into the guest room, and we're starting to live there. But then I caught COVID, and she didn't get it from us. So she's like, kicked me out to the RV for 10 days. I was like, I can't go anywhere. I can't go to work. I can't do anything. I feel fine now. Like it passed after the first day, but you still test positive for like 2 weeks or whatever, up to 90 days. But just like, after 2 weeks, you're fine. But yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, I got COVID too.
But I'd still have to come in the house to use like the toilet, shower, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Did you mask when you came in the house?
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah. We got to a point.
So
our 17-year-old was hanging out with their friends, and I think someone wasn't masking, and they brought COVID to the party.
Oh, fun!
And so our 17-year-old brought it home, and they were like sneezing and fever and coughing, and so we said, "Go get." It was time to go back to their dad's house, and we said, "Just go get tested," because they weren't getting any better, and Rye sent us a message. Their name is Rye. Rye sent us a message after they got back to their dad's house and said, "Bad news, I'm positive for COVID." Just my heart sank. And we just assumed because it was probably the Omicron variant. So we were just assuming that everyone in our house got it. So I went to Walgreens and got like 8 tests. And I tested. Initially, I tested negative, but I felt weird, so I was like, I'll probably have it. So then the next day, I tested positive.
Period. Yeah,
but
that
then
sucks.
My wife did not test positive. She literally had a lab test scheduled that same day that Rye told us they were positive.
Oh wow!
That test was negative. She scheduled another lab test. That one came back negative, and I think it was like by Thursday, she finally tested positive.
Wow.
But then our 8-year-old kept testing negative. So suddenly we're like, oh, I guess we're
natural
masking.
immunity, maybe.
So we masked in our house for 2 weeks, and for dinner,
No.
we ate in separate rooms. It sucked.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad those days
I
are
feel for you.
somewhat over.
That's
crazy.
The cough for me was the worst part. It hung on for like 2 months.
Ugh. Yeah, for me it was just like the lack of energy, and I have asthma, so trying to get back into the gym and not have the lung capacity was just that was rough. And be wearing the mask on top of that.
I couldn't work out either. No. I'm kidding. I never work out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we're doing better now. We're in the house. We're finally almost done. 2 rooms left.
How long ago did you get married?
Last September.
Congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh wait, I can do. Congratulations, Cameron.
Thank you.
You two look really happy together. I mean,
oh yes.
You know, you're a good Facebook couple.
Oh yes.
At least on the surface, everything looks perfect.
We get all the photos. She's a photo bug.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun though. It's been good. Like it's an adventure. Like we got the house and we're just like we paid top dollar, but you know we're not as precious about it. Tearing down walls, rebuilding. Because that's the thing when you like when you buy a turnkey because you want to look nice like walking in, but then you start to get pressures like it's already kind of finished, but it's not the way I want it. So
yeah,
we'll make the most of it.
So the house was basically. Like anyone else that moved in there that fit their needs, it would have been fine. Like there wasn't anything necessarily wrong with it.
No, it needed a lot of help. There was definitely a lot of things that were like, okay, this has to go. There's a fire hazard here with like the heater. The heater apparently had a fire at some point, so they had to rip that out. There's asbestos everywhere from old ducting they have to take out. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, one thing after another. We've already had 2 floods since we've been here.
Floods?
Water softener, and actually it was water softener twice. We put in a new water softener to fix the old one because the old one, like when you went to plug it in the wall, it started just shooting water everywhere. Even after you unplugged it, there's water still coming out the line.
It's probably a bad valve.
Yeah. No, we found out the hard way.
Oh, damn.
And then we put in the new one. And they have to run the backwash line somewhere. So, I guess when they installed it, there's like a drain in our garage where that leads to that all the other washer and dryer can hook up to. And for some reason, they ran it outside into like a little garden area. And so our contractor, for whatever reason, decided it would be easy to just while he's doing work on the backside of the kitchen stuff where all the plumbing is, to just leave the line in our water heater, just. Keep it there. It's right next to the water heater, and there's a little drain pan at the water heater. That'll be fine if it backs up or whatever. It's just a little water in the pan. No,
that is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, our whole I woke up and our garage flooded, and we still have all of our stuff. We took all of our stuff out of storage, and our garage is storage right now.
Oh,
so all of our stuff got wet. Oh, and she had just gotten home from work. Was going to sleep. I'm trying to get ready for work, and I went to shower, and that's what caused the backwash to start. And so for 25 minutes, it was like flooding our garage. I go out there, and I'm like, what is that noise? And I go out there, and our whole garage can't even, there's no ground. It's just water.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? Where's this line? Where's it coming from? I thought it was the water heater. No, it's the freaking backwash line from the water softener.
Oh, my God.
Our contractor just let me put this over here while I'm working and never put it back.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Because you're supposed to have an air gap. You can't have anything touching that thing.
Yeah.
Because it will
and
flood.
It was leaking down the side of it. I'm surprised it didn't blow out the pilot. It didn't flood the pilot. So, yeah, we knock on wood. We haven't replaced the water heater yet. But yeah,
I replaced my water softener, and then not that long after that, I had to replace my water heater as well. And I have a new furnace.
Dang. Yeah, we're in California. It's nice enough. We're near the coast, so we feel like most of the time we have good enough weather. We don't need like HVAC. But we're in the middle of a heat wave, and it's not even summer yet.
Yeah, it's
and they're like
April.
talking triple digits. Yeah.
My God.
So we're just like, we're going to bite the bullet and do HVAC. I don't really want to.
Well,
it's not in the budget.
We don't have a choice here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You don't do HVAC, you're going to have frozen pipes.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Well, awesome. Yeah.
Dude. It's really nice talking with you.
Yeah, dude, it's been fun. We'll have to chat more.
You know, I never did. I wanted to do. I should probably just stop recording because, as far as I'm concerned, the Cdoom interview is done.